It was good to go out with a win this year. It's always good to win the last one, particularly with the momentum going into next year. As I kind of stated to the team, particularly when we got into the last 10 games or so, I told them, these games are good for momentum going into next year. The season didn't go, as well as we'd liked. Obviously, I'm not sure if any first-year program goes exactly the way you planned with how we performed, but we did a lot of growing as a team. I'm kind of excited about what the future has to hold. From that standpoint, obviously, like I said, I mentioned in an exit meeting this morning with one of the kids is, we were right there for in 10 games that could have went either way, and how they ended up, obviously, with a loss for us, but could have been 10 more victories, and we could have been hovering around the 20-win plateau. So, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, but, obviously that's something that we did play fairly well in those 10 games, and those could have went either way. Depth in general with the team. We had some injuries. We had some people depart from the program, obviously from that standpoint. But I think depth was the big thing. We had a starting 9 and then didn't have much depth coming off the bench as far as substitutions, whether we needed in-game defensive substitutions or pinch hitters or extra relief in the circle. We just weren't very deep, which is something we're solving for next year with this incoming class of freshmen and then a few other junior college players we're bringing in. Obviously beating a top 25 team. I think the victory against Jamestown, a real quality program, was one of the highlights of the year. Within that event down in Tucson, we went on a really good run down there, played really exceptional in 5 out of 6 games, which again gave us some good momentum moving forward with how we performed. But I'd say that's one of the big highlights, but I think the highlights probably came when obviously the public's not looking, just things that we did in practice, the way we got better, each and every day. As I told the team, the record might not have always shown that, but there's no doubt in my mind that this team got better. They grew as players and individuals throughout the year, which I think is going to pay big dividends next year when we start the 2018 and 19 season. Yeah, we actually started with that the day after. As I told the team in the huddle after the Arizona Christian win, we went through and had them all sign the back of the lineup card, and then I actually took it and folded it and closed it, signifying that we've closed this season. And we started immediately, whether it was them starting into their conditioning, their weights and training for next year, or us starting into the recruiting and the operations for next year. We went ahead and got the jump start on it. As we do exit meetings over the next couple of days, we're really promoting to the team going out in the summer, making sure they're staying in shape, following the strength and conditioning plan, very intense strength and conditioning plan from Coach Hodgson that he has put forth, and I think that's going to pay dividends. We've got some really good players coming back that we're excited about. We've got some good players coming in this class, and I think next year, year number 2 is going to be dramatically different than this year. Just having a year under our belts and going into year 2 of still a new program, but I think a program that can grow by leaps and bounds in the next few years.